Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is another week in the books, so I've got a bunch of mail to show you today. A whole bunch has come in. I got 16 cards in this week, so very happy with that. Until today when I went to the mailbox, I only had 6, so I was getting concerned that maybe today I wasn't going to get any, and then it would be a small week, but 10 showed up today, and almost all of them were official postcards. So that's exciting too, because I've only been getting 1 or maybe 2 official a week. This week I got 7, so very happy about that. Give you a quick update what's going on here at the house. My wife tested positive for COVID yesterday, so don't worry, she's feeling much better today. She's actually been able to work from home. She's actually working in the office. That's why I'm not shooting my video in there. I'm in here today in the TV room. The kids, unfortunately, and myself, all 4 of us will have to isolate now for a while. So I'm off work for a little bit, and the kids, today was a messy day outside, so school was canceled, so they didn't miss school today. Monday is family day here in New Brunswick, so it's a provincial holiday, so they don't have school on Monday. So really they are only going to miss Tuesday for school, and because of isolation, and then they can go back if everything is negative. So that is the health situation in the household. My wife is the only one that's kind of showing symptoms of anything now, and she's the one that tested positive. So we're hoping the rest of us don't get it, and we hope for a speedy recovery for her. So that'll answer those questions for you guys. Meanwhile, what it means for me is that if I'm off work, then I can shoot more videos for you guys. So look forward to sending out more content for you guys. I'll be answering the questions from part 2 last week of That Dad Guy Answers tomorrow. So look for that video when it comes out. I've got more cards that I've got to write now. I'm in isolation, so I can't go anywhere other than I can go to the mailbox. So if I have the postcards and the stamps, I can send them out. But there was a parcel that I was waiting to pick up a package, a larger envelope for. I can't go get that, so that's going to have to be put on the back burner for right now until I'm out of isolation to get it. So in the meantime, let me show you what I got this week. I'm going to start with the official ones, and then we'll get into all the friends and swaps that have come through. So the first one is coming from Germany, and is this one. It's coming from Berlin. I think this is so cute. The little girl looking at the hedgehog. As all of you know by now, probably, little Polo the hedgehog is upstairs. I am going to get him back into a video soon. He's nocturnal, so he sleeps during the day, and that's generally when I shoot the videos. So I might make a special appearance and wake him up. He might be grumpy about it, but then I can show you at least a little bit more about him, other than the video you can check out that's specifically about him. But so this card here from Germany with the hedgehogs. Here you got the Peanuts stamps on the back. So very cool. Thank you so much. And Berlin, what a great city. I mean, that's where they're from. I had a chance to visit there many years ago and loved it. Another one from Germany. I don't speak Deutsch, so if you know what this says, leave me a comment below and tell me. It's probably something about peace and love in the world, but let me know what it says. And this one comes from Vanya, and she's actually from Portugal originally. She has moved to Germany for work, and she's learning to speak German now, so good on her. It's not something you see a lot of here. We have French and English, and that's the only 2 languages, but I know in Europe you have so many languages around and so many countries that are nearby and close that you can move between. Very jealous that you can speak many, many languages, a lot of you anyways, and that you have the ability to go between all your countries and understand what's going on. The next one, hey, yes, it comes from Germany, another official, and this is a pictorial of the town, Saarbrücken, the capital state of Saarland. And his hobbies are wine, good food, hiking, and reading. It says Martin. So Martin, very thank you. And there's the sheep stamp, which we'll see again on this card, which is another hedgehog postcard. And this one is sent from Belgium. So you'll see there's a Belgian stamp there, but there's also a German postage there. So I think that they live close to Germany, and neither one of them are canceled. But where this stamp is up in this corner, I assume it was mailed in Germany, even though she's from Belgium. And she wrote it to me in French, which was great that she would use her French, because I guess Belgium, there is a lot of French there as well, and she's in an area that's very German, so she's very close to the German border. So she, once again, has a few different languages she can speak. My last official one that I have is another hedgehog one. Not real hedgehogs, but in a garden setting, very cute nonetheless. This one comes from Finland, and on the back, here's the stamp. I don't know what's going on in this stamp, but there's a naked lady in a car. If you guys know what this stamp is all about, especially my Finnish friends, leave me a note in the comment below. I don't know if it's an artist or if it's a cartoon of some sort. The car seems to have flames coming out of it, so I don't know if it's a movie or what it is, but let me know. I'd be interested to know. All right. Oh, it wasn't my last official one. I still have some more. This one here comes from the Netherlands. It's Animals of the World postcard. There's the stamp. It talks all about orcas, the killer whales, or should be called whale killers, because they tend to eat whales and dolphins. So yeah, that's something you may see off the coast of Canada, and it is a North American animal. And then we have this one that comes from the Netherlands. And this one, what's really cool about this is that it was taken by the person that sent it to me. This is a photograph of her area, and there's the dikes in between. I said these are called the Dutch mountains. Self-created, of course, very flat, beautiful biking country. But it's very nice that she was able to take a photograph and turn it into a postcard. I love that. There's a little bicycle stamp. So thank you very much. Aha, that was the last of the official. Now we get into the friend swap slash postcards. The first one comes from Julie Norman. You guys may follow her on YouTube. She's just Julie Norman at YouTube, and she talks about all her different adventures in buying antiques and postcards and reselling them and sending them out here. So she said in one of my videos I'd mentioned that I hadn't gotten a Blue Cat postcard yet, so she sent me the first one. So it was very nice. She said, I don't know if you got dog sledding here. There is no dog sledding in our area of Canada, but there is dog sledding up north, so it is something you can find somewhere. What really caught my eye, other than it being Blue Cat, is look at these stamps. I love the triangle stamps. Canada has had some in the past, but not very common, so I really like those. So thank you, Julie, for my first Blue Cat postcard and those wonderful stamps. The next card comes from Michelle in England, and Julie Norman, before I forget, she's in Montana in the US. And this one is Michelle, and she's from Somerset in the UK, and she thought I would like these post boxes, which I do. I really like mailboxes of the world. I don't have this postcard. She'd ask if I already did, but I don't. On the back, she has Her Majesty there. You can see the special stamp that's come out for her Platinum Jubilee. There's a whole series that have come out in the UK. We only have the one that came out in Canada. It's a very beautiful one, but I really like the ones from the UK because it goes through different eras that she's been the queen and her different looks and how she's aged and matured over time. And then she's included a couple postbox stickers too. So thank you, Michelle, for that. The next one comes from France, and this is from Elsa. We have swapped a few times here in the past. She says, she lives in the mountains. She has a sheep farm, but this is in her region. So the Côte d'Azur, beautiful beach, very different than the mountain area that she lives in, but still beautiful nonetheless. On the back here are the French stamps, including the mail car stamp right there. Very nice. So thank you, Elsa, for that. And if you want to see her on Instagram too, she's put her code right there of who she is. BORBOLETA.PC. And the next one comes from Kimberly. Doctor Who TARDIS postcard. She knows I love this type of stuff. And on the back, she has included some beautiful stamps from Star Wars, and not Star Wars, of course, but these three. Kimberly is in Pennsylvania, and we've done a couple swaps here, so really like that. And we got more cards heading your way too. The next one comes from Leonie, and she's in Germany, so we have swapped a few times as well. And she had says that her grandfather was into astrology and astronomy, so she was going to read some of his books. So she doesn't have to believe it all, but she is interested in the universe and what some of the things have been written about it. So thank you so much. She did ask a question. Do you have any goals for this year? I don't tend to make goals, not too much. My goal would love to be with YouTube would be to have 1,000 subscribers. We are closing in on 300, which is fantastic. To get another 700, it may take a long time. To get the first 300 here has taken a while, so who knows? If it happens this year, fantastic. If it takes longer than that, it does. But maybe that's probably my only goal, is just to continue to have fun with that dad guy and hearing from all of you guys. So that will be my goal for this year. The next one is this one from Anita in Austria. And it is a vintage mailman postcard. Really like that. This Mail Carrier Appreciation Day was on February the 4th. I'd actually gotten an article that was sent to me today from Leslie in the US about Mail Carrier Appreciation Day and the starting of that and February and stuff. So I think I'm gonna do a small video on that article in the future and show you a little bit about that. But for now, Anita sent me this from Austria. There's the stamps. So thank you, Anita. And the next one comes from another YouTuber, and it is another blue cat. She said the same thing that the other person said, that they noticed I hadn't gotten a blue postcard, so she sent me a blue cat postcard. And this is a blue cat delivering the mail, I guess with his mouse friend there on the bicycle. So thank you for Renee for that. There's the stamp. And if you haven't checked out Renee Lewis, go check her out on YouTube as well. The next one comes from our friend Lewis. It's been a long time since I've received a card from Lewis. He's been very concerned. As he says, he sent many. But this one comes from Madrid, and it was sent January 27th. So almost a month, I guess, to get here. A little better than 3 weeks, I guess. Here are the stamps from Spain, and the sticker with the bull from Spain, and bullfighting, very a normal cultural thing for them. A lot of people disagree with it. Now for cruelty with animals, whatever your take is, it has been something that's been around a long time, and hopefully the animals are treated well, and we'll see how it goes. But the card is beautiful nonetheless. The poster talks about vintage things and the people that were part of it. You see the October the 8th, 1953. Cool artwork. The colors are really nice. It looks like a painting you would see on the side of a building. So thank you, Lewis, for that. And I will send my regards off to Polo too. The last card I got is from Scotland. I left this one to last because it has something very special about it. So this is from John, and he's in Scotland. He reached out to me, says he's been watching my YouTube, which I really appreciate. He wanted to know if I'd do a swap. I said yes. Lots of people lately have been asking, and I love it when they do. So he sent this card to me, but he had something special about it. On the back, he included some stamps. Yeah, the first two, pretty typical English stamps. But the third is not typical at all. This stamp is from New Brunswick, and it was issued in 1860. So it is a 70-year-old stamp that he has put on this, not 70-year-old. Let's do that again. 162 years old stamp he's put on the card. I did look in my father's collection. He did have it already, so I was worried that I was going to have to find some way of steaming this off and taking it off the card to add it to the collection. I didn't want to ruin the card by cutting it, but it is in my father's collection. But wow, to receive a stamp from my region, and that's why he said he found out it's from my province. He bought a lot of stamps at one point in time, and this was one of the ones that was in it. So he affixed it to the postcard and sent it on, and it just blew me away to see that there was a stamp from New Brunswick on this card. I've never seen one posted. The only where I've ever seen it was either in my father's collection, which he has a couple pre-Confederate or pre-Confederation stamps, so prior to 1867, any of the provinces that were here, we weren't a nation yet as far as Canada is concerned, but some of them did still have banks and postage of their own. New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, PEI, they all had their own stamps and banks, so you can find notes for that. So that is why I kept this one, John, till the last. I will be sending something out to you in return soon, if not already. Who knows? Maybe I already mailed it. Maybe it's been in a previous video, maybe it isn't. That's why I want to try to keep it light and airy that way. So that is this week's haul of mail. So many good things. So many friends have reached out. That's great. I've had nice messages, even from the last video I put when I was saying there were some people under the weather in the household, and I wanted to make sure everybody was okay. So thank you so much, friends and family, for taking concern of what's going on in this household. I know I don't say a whole lot about what's going on around, but every once in a while I'm going to share some tidbits. Like this weekend's my daughter's 18th birthday, so excited about that. But at the same point, we're in isolation, so she's a little bummed out she can't hang out with her friends and do all that, have the grandparents over and celebrate the birthday. It will have to be postponed to a later date. My son is missing out on his final basketball game of his varsity season just because he's got to isolate as well. So a few negative things that come along with it, but happy that we are all here together and we are all doing relatively well. So thank you to all of you. Hopefully you guys are all doing well and you had a great week at the mailbox and you sent off lots of postcards. And if you want to swap with me, reach out to me. You can either send me a message on this, or you can send it through Instagram, or even email me. Or finally, you can go to our Lennox on postcrossing.com and message me through there. So many ways to get in touch if you want to send a card. So thank you so much. And until next time, stay safe. What follow? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?